Hello and welcome to Yoga for Everybody. I'm your guide today, Jodie. And today's special edition is for those people who are especially working while they sit down and they're really starting to have a hunchback. So often you'll also see that the chin starts leaning forward as well. So to start the class, we're going to lie down on our backs. Let yourself become very comfortable. If it's more comfortable for you, feel free to put the cushion under the knees. You can also just spread the legs out. If your hands happen to be touching the ground, turn the palms upwards toward the sun. Make sure your head is centered and close your eyes. Great. Take in a deep breath and exhale with a sigh. Again. Inhale, fully exhale. Third and final time, take a deep breath in and let go as you exhale. Great. Just notice how your back is sinking down towards the floor. Notice how your back, your hips are starting to become more and more heavy. And allow all your thoughts to drift far away from your consciousness. So as soon as you start thinking about your breath, your other thoughts will just start to disappear. It's very normal if your thoughts start reoccurring. Just simply tell yourself that you can think about that later and just come back to examine the qualities of your breath. Notice the feeling on your upper lip, when you inhale and you exhale. And notice the temperature of your breath. Ask yourself if there's a difference in the temperature of air between the inhalation and the exhalation. So you can imagine the air coming in your nostrils, going down to the very bottom of your lungs. And when you exhale, it exits the lungs back out through the nostrils. And then notice the feeling of deepening your breath. So notice where you feel the breath fall in your body. So if you notice the upper chest, you want to ideally bring the breath down so it fills the belly. So when you inhale, you're going to feel your stomach inflate like a big, big balloon. And when you exhale, you're going to press your belly button in towards the spine to release every molecule of oxygen. Relax your shoulders even more. Notice all of your tension evaporating from the hips and the low back as you keep breathing deeply. Make sure that your breath is still very fluid. So of course you're going to notice a little pause at the top of the inhalation or the base of the exhalation, but otherwise the breath should be very fluid. So you may have also already noticed that your breath has slowed down a lot. And we're going to keep it like that during the whole class. And at the same time, we're going to add in the Ujjayi breath. So contract your throat just a tiny bit, and you're going to notice that as soon as you do that, the breath becomes a sound. The Ujjayi breath means the ocean sounding breath because it sounds like the waves of the ocean. And you can imagine the breath entering the body like a wave. So you can imagine the wave of good energy coming in as we inhale. And as we exhale, we can imagine that wave of water, that wave of breath, cleanses the body and takes out all the negative energy. Good. As you listen into your breath, make sure that your breath is loud enough that the person beside you can hear you breathing if there's somebody there. So this breath is one of the most important things that we can be doing in our whole class because it actually changes our hormones. And as soon as your brain starts hearing the Ujjayi breath, it's no longer able to produce stress hormones, and we're actually able to produce endorphins that help us heal and feel happy. Good. So again, we're going to imagine that wave of energy changing how we think and feel as we cleanse the body of negative energy and bring more and more positive energy inwards. So as we inhale and we bring in all that positive energy, imagine feeling rejuvenated, refreshed, re-energized. And as we exhale, we want to imagine all that energy leaving the body. And we start coming as if we're feeling like we're becoming grounded. We become much more heavy, calm, peaceful. At the same time, remember, one type of feeling is not better than the other. They're complementary. Now just bring your hands on top of your belly so that you can feel your belly move with the breath. And that way you can really feel if you're breathing in and out to your maximum as you feel the belly rise and fall with the breath. Excellent. So keep a hold of this beautiful sense of relaxation and peace as we start coordinating our physical movements with the breath. So now as you inhale, lift your hands in front of your heart and start rubbing them together to create lots of heat and energy between the palms. So as soon as your hands are nice and warm, place them down on top of your hands. If you happen to be wearing glasses, feel free to put them to the side. And notice the feeling of vibration, the energy, the warmth coming into your face. And notice how you're able to form your own energy. So as we exhale, we're going to allow the arms to float back down to the earth. Bend your knees and start walking your feet in towards your hips. Very good. Make sure you slide your shoulders down away from your ears and then bring your knees in towards your belly. And as you let them come up, imagine them like a paintbrush, and you can start drawing the infinity sign in the air with your knees. So we always want to keep this coordinated with our breath. So we work slowly to start waking up our low back. And notice really how we're feeling this morning. So notice what angles are open and flexible. And then what angles have more tension. Good. Change directions. So you want to think about just taking in all the information about your health through the postures. Very good. Bring your knees back to center, and then bring your feet down to the earth. Bring your heels close in by your hips. And we're going to keep our knees and our feet about hip distance apart. Take a hold of your block because we're going to go into a supported bridge posture. So notice your block. There's different heights to it. So if you turn it side to side, you can have 3 different levels. So you just want to think about putting it however it feels comfortable for your back. So great. Press your feet to the ground to lift your hips up and place the block under your sacrum. So we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. So make sure that your back is comfortable and not overstretched. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes so that you can move into your interior and notice every single detail of what's happening in your body, and especially pay attention to what's happening around your hips, your lower belly, and your low back. Notice the weight of your back that's just starting to melt down towards the block. You don't have to do anything at all here. You're totally and completely supported. We're just going to let the back go naturally into its better position. So sometimes, especially when we sit for long periods of time, our back starts curving forward. So we have to make sure that our back muscles are stretched out properly and our abdominal muscles are strong to support the body. Good. Keep breathing in and out to your maximum. So start getting very curious about yourself. Notice your emotions, your physical tensions, all your thoughts. And notice sometimes you might feel joy, sadness, worry. Whatever comes up, just take it without any type of judgment. So it's not negative, it's not positive. It's just a type of clue to tell you what you need to do to be in your best possible health. Great. Press your feet towards the earth so you can take the block out and come down nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. So your back can come back down to the earth. And as soon as your hips touch the earth, notice if the curve of your low back has changed. Good. Bring your knees up. Place your hands on the knees to hug them and bring them in closer in towards your belly, to wherever it's comfortable. And then rock gently side to side to make sure that you're still feeling very comfortable. Perfect. Allow your arms to float down to the earth in a T position. And then bring your knees down very slowly to the right side. And allow your knees and your feet to rest on the floor. So sometimes you have to readjust the angle of your knees so that you can completely relax. Once you can bring them closer to your belly or stretch them further away. And then shift your head towards the left side. Remember, if your low back is not comfortable, stretch your knees further away from the belly. If you want to have a tighter twist, bring the knees in towards your chest. Perfect. Press your belly button in towards the spine. Inhale, bring the knees towards center. Exhale, bring the knees down towards the left side. And we're going to turn the head softly towards the right. Start moving your knees up and down to find the perfect angle for your back this morning. And remember to take this as a study about yourself. So the most important thing here is your comfort. You need to put your knees in the angle that's going to give you the best benefit this moment. Perfect. Let your back really melt and concentrate on your breath, feeling the tension leaving the body. Very good. As you inhale, contract your abdominals, bring the knees back to center, and then bring your feet gently down to the floor. Perfect. For the next exercise, we're going to lower the chin towards the throat so that you feel the neck very long against the mat. On our next exhalation, we're going to press the back of the head down against the mat for 3 deep breaths. Relax your shoulders. And as you exhale, release all that muscular work. And you might notice that your chin floats up towards the sky. And you're going to notice the feeling in the front of the neck as well. So you're going to do this a couple more times. Tuck the chin down towards the throat. Let the neck become long towards the mat. Relax the shoulders. And as you exhale, press the back of the head towards the mat for 3 deep breaths. Breathe slowly. And then on your next exhalation, release the posture and notice how your neck responds to this movement. One more time. Make sure that you create lots of space between your shoulders and your ears. Tuck your chin downwards. And then press the back of your head down towards the mat. Good. Exhale nice and slowly. There's no stress at all here. We have all of the time. And as you exhale, relax your neck. Very good. Bring one knee at a time in towards the belly, and then hold on to the blades of the feet. If it's not possible for you, and it's more comfortable, feel free to hold on to the back of the knees instead. If it's comfortable, pull down a little bit on the blades of the feet or the back of the knees, and notice the feeling in the hips. Now we're going to cross our ankles. Again, cross the hands so that you can hold on to the blades of the feet again. And then start rocking on the spine. And you'll be able to come up with the momentum to a seated position. Good. Now, make sure the crown of the head and the tailbone are aligned. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale deeply. Good. So we're going to keep working to allow the front of the neck to open up. So you want to think about working with the base of the palm of the hand and place it just under the collarbone and press the muscle in towards the heart. Turn your head towards the right and let the ear come down slowly towards the right shoulder. Now, if you already feel a stretch on the left side, that's perfect. If not, play a little bit with the angle of the head so that you find the angle that needs to release this moment. Good. Take deep breaths in and out. So often we think about stretching out the back of the neck. But honestly, especially if we work a lot on our cell phones and our computers, it's looking down that shortens the front of the neck muscles. So we have to think about really releasing this a lot. Good. Release your hand. Bring your head back to center. So this time we're going to use the opposite hand. And we're going to press it in towards the muscles. Stretch it down a little bit. Turn your head towards the left. And now let the ear come down slowly towards the left shoulder. So remember, everyone has different postures and different tensures. So feel free to explore the angles of movement for your head and find the angle that works the best for you. Keep breathing deeply to allow all of the tension release from the neck. Perfect. Release your hands down to your knees so you can do a few head circles. So you want to think about drawing the mobility of your neck without forcing anything. Good. Change directions. It's normal if you hear lots of noise happening in the neck. Good. Place your hands down by your sides. And as you inhale, lift up the left hand and place it on the right ear. Good. Now let your left ear come down towards the left shoulder. Good. Make sure that it feels nice and comfortable on the side of the neck. Take deep breaths in and out. That's good. Inhale and then exhale. Bring your hand down to the mat. Inhale, lift the right hand up, place it on the left ear, and let the right ear come down to the right shoulder. So although our spine is folded at the neck, it's bent at the neck, keep the rest of the spine straight. So you might have to lift your heart up slightly. Good. As you exhale, let the hand come down to the mat. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up towards your ears as you put your hands on your knees. Exhale, let the shoulders drop down. Inhale, squeeze tight. Exhale, let them drop. One last time. Squeeze tight, 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 tight. And exhale, let them drop down. Good. Now bring your hands down on the floor behind you. If it's more comfortable, feel free to put your hands into fists and then squeeze the shoulder blades together. If it's comfortable, look up towards the sky or let the head drop behind you. Good. Now press your tailbone down to the earth and lift the belly up as well. Notice how deeply you can breathe, how nice it feels to breathe in this position. Good. Let the chin come down. Bring the hands forward and then walk the hands forward to wherever it's comfortable for you. And whenever you find that nice angle, let your neck rest. And think of yourself being like a raggedy doll, that you have no bones and no muscles at all. And you can just feel that gravity start pulling you forward as we release all of the resistance. Good. Now bring the hands in towards your legs, and we're going to come up onto all fours. Very good. So when we're in tabletops, we want to make sure that our wrists are under our shoulders. Our index fingers should be parallel, and then you stretch out the other fingers from there. Make sure you can feel your weight in the four corners of your hands, and then make sure that your knees are open slightly under the knees. So we're going to be starting with the cat and puppy stretch. So as we exhale, raise the back up towards the sky. So as we in, and then as we inhale, let the belly drop down towards the floor and arch the back the opposite way. So we're going to do this rotation with each inhalation and each exhalation. So again, we exhale to roll the back up towards the sky. And as we inhale, let the belly come down towards the earth. Keep rolling the back slowly up and down to wake the back up. And then we'll come back to our center. Now lift your right hand up, and we're going to put it in this space between the left arm and leg. And we're going to stretch it forward until you can put the right ear down onto the floor. Place the hands down in front of you and look at your left thumb. Inhale, lift your hand up towards the sky and keep looking at the thumb. You'll notice a nice twist in your spine. Very good. Stretch your fingers out, each and every one further and further away from each other. And stretch the hand up towards the sky to feel a nice opening in the shoulder. Inhale, exhale, let the left hand come down towards the earth. And then as you inhale, come back up onto all fours. Good. Inhale, stretch the left hand between the right arm and leg until the left ear can touch the ground. We're going to place the two palms together and then inhale to lift the right hand up towards the sky. Look up towards the right thumb. Stretch your hand up and stretch all of the fingers out. Very good. As you exhale, bring the hand down to the hand and come up onto all fours. Very good. For the next posture, if you happen to have sensitive knees, which most of us do, fold your mat a couple of times. And then we're going to be kneeling on our knees. So now, turn your tailbone down towards the earth. So do a little pelvic tilt. Relax your shoulders. Turn your right hand to the side. Inhale, lift it up towards the sky and stretch it up so that you can feel a tiny opening in your rib cage. And then as you exhale, let your left hand slide down your left thigh to feel the opening in the right side. Take a few deep breaths here. Let the tension leave your body. So it's always a good idea to feel the effort in the posture, but don't go so far that you feel any pain. Good. Now carefully bring your left hand back to your left heel. If you want, tuck your toes under and then press your hips forward to arch the back. Now we're going to do a few big floppy circles here with the right arm. Inhaling up and around, exhaling down and around. And then change directions. Let the arm come down. And then inhale to come back to center. Turn your left hand to the side now. And then inhale, lift the arm up towards the side, to the sky. Exhale, this time let the right hand slide down the right thigh. Bring the heart forward, let the neck relax. And don't worry at all if the angle is different as the first side. We're just making sure that the sensation is the same. Good. Now carefully bring the right hand back to the right heel, tucking the toes under if you need to. Press the hips forward and do a couple of big floppy circles with the arm. And then change directions. Good. So for our next posture, the camel, you have two options. You can either bring your hands to your heels and let the head come backwards, or if that's too deep for your back, place your hands on your low back and press the heart forward as you look up. Just go to where you're feeling good. And remember, this is the opposite of what we're doing when we're sitting in a chair. So it might be a bit intense in your back. Just go to where it feels good. Good. Press your belly button in to come up. And we're going to go directly into child's posture to allow the back to rest again. Open your knees nice and wide. Let your forehead come down to the mat. And let your arms be wherever they feel comfortable. Remind yourself to release the low back, because that camel posture is a very deep bend. And remember, each and every posture has to be released. Good. Now slowly bring your hands behind your back and intercross and interlace your fingers. Good. Inhale. Bring your hands away from your back and press your shoulder blades together. And try to lift your hands up away from your back, keeping the palms together. Take a few deep breaths here. As you exhale, release your hands. Shake your hands out, make little fists. Just make sure the circulation comes back. And that posture is so good for your back and shoulders, your hands, that we're going to do it again. So bring your hands together, squeezing the palms together as much as you can. Straighten the elbows. Lift the hands up away from your back. And this time, you have an option for another posture as well, or you can stay stable. So if you like, try drawing a circle in the air with your hands. It might look like a square. Don't worry. We just want to increase the mobility. Very good. Release your hands. Shake them out to make fists. All the circulation will come back. It's very common if you did lose the circulation for a moment, but it does come back quickly. Good. Bring your arms forward and make sure your hands and feet are both on the mat. Your hands should be the same distance as your shoulders. The index fingers should be parallel. Stretch the rest of the fingers out. Turn your toes under. And for down dog, inhale and start straightening the knees. Good. Walk the heels one at a time to relax the heels and the ankles. Very good. Relax your head and your neck. Allow your heels to sink down towards the mat now. Turn your tailbone up towards the sky. And then start walking your feet towards the front of the mat. And we're going to stay in our forward fold for a moment. Take a moment and look down at your feet. Make sure they're about a fist difference apart. Lift your toes up, stretch them out, and then put them back down on the mat. Ideally, you feel like you're gripping your mat with your toes, and that way you'll feel the arch of your feet lifting up as well. totally and completely relax your neck. And then allow your knees to be straight. It's more important to keep the knees straight than to touch the ground. And just let the gravity start pulling you forwards. Good. Now interlace your fingers and place them on your neck. So you're going to feel the blades of your palms cup the base of your skull. And so we're going to be working here with traction and the neck. So take a few deep breaths here. Sometimes while we're working with traction, we'll feel that great release, and you might even hear a little release, a little sound. That's great. Excellent. Release your hands. And as you inhale, come up to standing. Bring the hands to prayer, and then interlace your fingers. Point the index fingers up towards the sky. And then as we exhale, we're going to lean backwards. Excellent. Concentrate on the strength in your legs so that your back can release. Very good. As we inhale, we come back to center. Exhale, lean towards the right side in crescent moon. If it's comfortable, press your hips towards the left. Good. Inhale to come to center. Exhale to lean towards the left. Inhale, come to center. Exhale. This time we're going to lean forward again. Again, don't worry if your hands touch the ground. You want to keep the knees straight. Relax your neck and let the back stretch out with the gravity. You just have to concentrate on your leg strength so that your back can release. Good. Allow your knees to loosen. Inhale to lift up, bringing the hands up towards the sky. Interlace the fingers. Let the index fingers point up towards the sky. And then exhale, lean backwards again. Inhale to come to center. Exhale, lean towards the right side. Inhale to center. Exhale, lean towards the left side or the right side. Inhale to center. Exhale, come back down to a standing forward fold. And then walk your feet backwards to down dog. Good. Turn your tailbone up. Relax your shoulders and slide your shoulder blades down towards the hips. Exhale. Now bend your knees down to the mat. Bring your forehead to the mat. And inhale, we're going to slide into cobra posture. So we're going to start with baby cobra. And you want to just be holding your back in place with your abdominal muscles. Your legs can be completely and totally relaxed. And now as we exhale, we're going to bring our forehead down to the mat. So we're going to do another cobra posture. This time we're going to place the hands down under the shoulders and press a bit of weight into the hands. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Bring the elbows in towards the side. Relax your low back. Relax your hips. Relax the back of the legs. Keep your hip bones solid to the ground. Good. Exhale. Come down to the mat again with the forehead. And we're going to make a third cobra as well. So again, roll the shoulders back and down. Press the elbows in towards the ribs. Press the belly button in towards the spine. And again, press a little bit of weight in towards the hands. Come up just as far as you can, keeping the hip bones on the ground. And then press your shoulder blades towards the center. Very good. Exhale, bring the forehead back down to the floor. Bring the hands by the sides. And inhale, lift the feet up by bending the knees. And we're going to swish them side to side like the windshield wipers of a car. Good. Exhale, bring the feet down. And remember, when we're working on our belly, we're going to turn the toes, the big toes, in towards one another to have the proper alignment of the leg bones. Now bring the right hand forward. Hold on to the left foot with the left hand. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, press that left foot backwards. And you're going to notice the left side lifting up and arching. Good. Inhale and exhale to your maximum. Exhale to come back down to the mat. Let the forehead come down to the mat. Bring the right hand forward. The left hand forward, I should say. Hold on to the right foot with the right hand. And as you exhale, press the right foot backwards into the right hand. Take a few deep breaths in. And remember, we're pushing the foot backwards. We're not pulling the foot in towards the back. Inhale and exhale to release slowly to the ground. So this time we're going to keep holding on to the right foot and then bend the left knee to hold on to the left foot. Good. Exhale. Press both feet backwards into the bow posture. So remember, we're pressing the feet backwards. We're not pulling them forward to create the arch. Inhale, exhale. And then as you exhale, next, come down nice and slowly to the mat, bringing your forehead down. And then let your feet swish side to side again to relax the low back. Very good. On your next exhalation, let your feet float back down to the floor. Good. Bring your hands in front of your shoulders and press back for child's pose. So you really want to press the hands into the mat to push the hips down towards your heel. Stretch the back out, releasing all of the tension. Good. Now as we inhale, we're going to walk our hands backwards so we can come to a sitting posture on our heels. Then swing your feet forward. Good. Bring the hands forward, interlace the fingers, and keep the index fingers pointing forward. Keep the knees and feet hip distance apart, gluing the feet down to the mat. And as we exhale, we're going to roll the back down one vertebrae at a time. Now, again, make sure you're comfortable on your mat and walk your feet in nice and tight by your hips. Keep your knees and your feet just slightly open. So we already did a supported bridge today, and this time we're going to use our muscular strength to create our bridge. So bend the elbows and bring them tight in by the ribs. Make sure that your palms are facing one another and stretch out your fingers. Then press the feet to the ground to lift the hips up from the floor. And then walk the elbows even tighter in by the body. Press the feet firmly to the ground even more to lift the hips up a little bit more. If it's available to you, bring the hands under your back and interlace the fingers. Press your feet to the ground again. Keep lifting the hips up. And take deep breaths. Allow your breath to become nice, slow, deep, and fluid. Good. Now think about pressing the knees forward so you're lengthening the front of the body. Very good. As we exhale, we're going to allow the hands to open and bring the spine down one vertebrae at a time. Good. When your hips come down to the earth, bring the knees up towards the sky. Place your hands on the knees. And as you exhale, press the knees in towards the belly. And as you inhale, allow the knees to go further away from the stomach. Excellent. So now we're going to do another supported posture. So get a hold of your bolster and you want to put the mat so it's in the opposite direction of your spine and have it so that it'll be able to rest just under your shoulder blades. Make sure that you have your block close enough to you because you might have to have this to support your head as well. So you're going to lie back on the bolster and you'll feel it lift up your ribs. So put the block under your head. You can start with the highest side first. And then notice what happens if you put it down lower and lower. And if your head can let go and come down to the mat, even better. But of course, always in comfort. So pick the angle that's best for your back and make sure that your bolster is low enough that it's below your shoulder blades and not under the shoulder blades, because you have to be able to create the arc in the back. Perfect. Now close your eyes. And just imagine that your smile is starting to slide down towards the mat. And imagine that the whole center line of your body is starting to slide towards the side as well. Imagine that opening as all the tissues start to release. So we're going to take a few moments here to totally and completely release the tensions around the spine. So as you're here, to notice your reaction to the posture. So as you notice, your heart is lifted and open to the sky. So allow all of that feeling of love, friendship, and compassion to fill your heart energy as you're here. And you're going to notice as you inhale, you can breathe in even more deeply and create more of this loving energy to bring into your body. Allow yourself to fully and completely let go. Keep noticing how you're reacting to this posture. Make sure that you feel the comfort and notice the changes taking place in your body and your mind. Excellent. Notice how your back is just melting and taking the form around the cushion. So this is a great way to counter all of that hunching and leaning forward we're doing when we're not careful of our seated posture. And just to keep in mind, if the bolster is too high for you, start by just rolling a towel or a yoga mat. And remember, the angle is not important. It's the feeling we're creating. And everyone's a little bit different. So it's the feeling that's important, showing you how to release tension from the bottom. Good. So to come out of this posture, we're going to bring the elbows to the bolster and activate the abdominal muscles. Now press the elbows against the bolster to lift the head up nice and slowly. Bring your bolster to the side and then come back down onto your back. Notice if your spine feels different against your mat now. Now remember, every time we're on our back, our palms roll up towards the sky, and then we're going to slide our arms into a T posture. Now, keep the left leg long on the floor, bend the right knee, and bring the left hand to the right knee. Exhale, twist the knee over the body towards the left side. Turn the head slowly towards the right side. Inhale and exhale to your maximum. And keep relaxing all of your muscles so the gravity can do all of the work for you. Good. Make sure that you're inhaling deeply enough that you feel the rib cage on the right side lift up towards the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to feel the body melting back down towards the mat. Good. Now, as we exhale, unwind slowly to the back. And this time, we're going to let the right leg stretch down on the ground. Bend the left knee. Place the right hand on the left knee. And as we exhale, we're going to twist towards the right side. Remember, it's the feeling that's important. So adjust the angle of your left knee so that your back feels like it's in the perfect release posture. Just keep breathing in and out to your maximum. Excellent. So again, we want to press the belly button in towards the spine and exhale to twist back onto the back. So this time we're going to keep both knees bent and then lift the feet up slightly from the floor. And just like we did in the beginning of the class, we're going to draw the infinity sign in the air with the knees. So you should feel this kind of like a massage for your low back. And notice if you feel any difference now compared to the beginning of the class. Good. Change directions. Keep breathing slowly. And bring your knees back to the center. Place your feet down to the earth. And now we get to get ready for Savasana, our relaxation period. So remember, if you like, feel free to put a cushion under your knees. And just place your body what's the best for you so you can be relaxed. Slide your shoulders away from the ears. Turn the palms up towards the sky. Adjust your hips if you need. Feel free to stretch your legs open. And now, there's absolutely nothing else that you need to be doing in terms of breathing or moving. Now it's the time for the harvest. We've been doing so much to improve our wellness and our health, not just our physical health, but in terms of emotions and our mind and our spirit as well. So now allow your body and your mind to really absorb all of that good health that we've been creating. And believe me, I know that this is so tempting to fall asleep. And at the same time, it's very important to take this as a period of study of you. Notice all of the changes that have happened since the beginning of the class. So we're going to start with the top of the head and just examine what's going on, moving slowly down through the head, the shoulders, the belly, the back, the hips, the legs, and the feet. And remember, in yoga, we are not judging. We are just noticing how to create our best health. It's just completely objective. So right now, just keep in mind, if you haven't made a big difference in your body, in the next class, maybe make a little bit more effort. And right now, if you're feeling that you overworked your body and maybe you're having a little bit of pain in one area or another, it might mean that you pushed yourself a little bit too much. And next time, you need to be a little bit more reasonable with the postures. You also have to remind yourself that every day is different and healing is not a straight line. There's ups and downs, and you always have to work with the present moment. So it's always, how am I feeling in this very present moment? And focusing on the posture in the present moment. And notice how this focus that we develop really starts helping us deal with our emotions and how we think. And just notice right now, you're probably feeling so much more relaxed and that things are so much easier now than in the beginning of the class. And take the time to thank yourself, to really looking after yourself. Good. So to start coming back into the room, start wiggling your fingers and your toes. And if you like, take a moment to take a final stretch or a final movement before you come up to a seated posture. Good. Now inhale and come up to a seated posture, and you can even keep your eyes closed if you like. And lift your hands to your heart in prayer. Good. Inhale. Thank you so much, and namaste.